Hey, what's up everybody? Average Sniper here. Welcome to the video. If I seem a little off today, it's because I was playing PUBG last night and I got killed by a guy using a crossbow. Then when I went to find a new match, the servers were offline for maintenance. So I'm still emotionally recovering from that. It's going to take a while. It's going to take some time, but time heals all. The other thing that can help me heal quickly is if you smack that like button. I got you there, didn't I? You have to hit it now. So, welcome. I would like to talk today about a recent claim from the PUBG anti-cheat lead developer where he stated that under 1% of players were suspected to be cheating.
그리고 저희가 메인 지표로 되게 중요하게 보는 지표가 있는데요. 그 지표상으로는 현재 핵 계정, 그러니까 치터 의심 계정들이 전체 유저 대비 한 0.33% 수준으로 보고 있고요.
Are you serious?
And this has gotten a lot of criticism from the PUBG community. And let me just preface this by saying I am not talking trash about PUBG or about the devs. I love the game. I only want to see it succeed. I want to see more players playing it. But sometimes certain issues have to be addressed, like why are there so many cheaters in my game? Now, one of the first things about this is some people interpreted this wrong. Some people thought that they were saying there was that 0.33, aka 33% of the game was filled up with cheaters. One, that's wrong. They were saying 0.33%, which is less than 1%. Two, no developer or PUBG shareholder or anybody in a leadership position in their right state of mind would actually say that 33% of people are cheating. Even if it was true, they would not admit that because that would ruin the game. If people found out that they were guaranteed a 33% chance of running into a cheater every single match, nobody would play that game. It would die out. It would just be gone. So let's take a little bit of a deep dive into why that was a lie and how it can be misconstrued as the truth. So it's like a tiny white lie, if you will. It's not a full-on lie, and let's discuss why that is and where these stats came from. So I found a very interesting Reddit post. I am going to put that Reddit post in the video description, and credit for this Reddit post goes to Dobra Destry. This was posted just a couple days ago, and it is getting some good discussion. There are 73 comments of it as right now, so it is a very interesting Reddit post to check out. Once again, that will be in the video description. Now, of course, I'm not just going to read this Reddit post word for word, but I am going to talk about it. So basically, the post says that exactly what I said. It said, how can PUBG claim that less than 1% of people are cheating when it's so obvious that there's more? Anyone that plays this game for a couple hours a day is almost guaranteed to run into somebody using a cheater, whether it's on PC, whether it's an aimbot or wall hack or radar, or if it's on console with people using keyboard and mouse, modified controllers, strike packs, what have you. It's bound to happen. So the question is, why did this PUBG developer say that less than 1% of people are cheating when it is painfully obvious to the average PUBG player? Or I wouldn't say average PUBG player, because most people have no idea when people, let's be honest, most people think everybody's cheating when they get killed, or they think nobody's cheating at all. So most people that are just unbiased, that play the game, that know how the game mechanics work, can spot people that are cheating even if they're not looking for it, because they understand, wow, the game's not supposed to work like that. That was either incredible luck or somebody was cheating. And that's how I like to think of myself. I'm probably a little biased now because I played the game so much and I've seen so many cheaters and I've got so many cheaters banned through my reports. So I am a little biased, but I will try to stay unbiased throughout the rest of this video. So basically, let's take a closer look. All right. So the developers say that there are 300 million monthly active players, implying that there is a minimal cheating problem. Now, I don't know the last time you guys played Xbox or PC, but there are not 300 million monthly players. Now, what's the motive behind this? The motive behind spreading this misinformation appears to downplay the severity of the cheating issue. So, of course, like we said before, the developers are not going to say, oh, we think 33% of people are cheating. They're not going to say 10% of people are cheating because those numbers are too high. The only thing they could get away with saying and not lose their job is that there are an incredibly low number of people cheating, which is where the less than 1% comes from. So that's why. It's not like they're lying to us and like, we're going to deceive all the PUBG players. That's not what's happening. Not at all. They just don't want to kill their own game, basically. It's totally normal. So let's debunk the claim. What is the claim? The assertion is that PUBG PC has 300 million monthly active players. We know it does not. So I'm not sure. Krafton did not actually say this, but based on their less than 1% of people are cheating, this is basically what they're implying. So there's a website called Active Player IO that gives stats and information about how many people are actually playing. So the claim of less than 1% of people cheating pertains to the combined player count of all the different PUBG versions. Okay, so there's PC, there's console, there's PUBG Mobile, there's PUBG Mobile Lite. There's a lot of different versions of PUBG floating around out there in other countries. And if you combine every single player from every version of PUBG, then we might get close to having 300 million players. But most of the people watching this video are not interested in that. We don't care about cheating on mobile devices. Now, some of you do. I'm not trying to discount mobile, but we're mainly just talking about PC and console here, because that is what gets the most play in this region, or probably the region where you're watching this video. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments, actually. So, how do we estimate the actual PUBG player count? Well, like I said, there's a website, activeplayer.io. How many players does PUBG really have depends on Steam's API data. So right now, just talking about PC, because that's what we have the data for. So the reasonable estimate for PUBG PC's monthly active players is from 1.4 million to 57 million. And I think that's very generous. That's not how many players are online at the same time. That's just like how many accounts sign in on a monthly basis to play the game. And that's why the game is still in the top 10 of Steam's most played games. So that is a huge drop from saying there's 300 million players, which they didn't actually say. They didn't actually say that. The lie is that there's only, less than 1% of people cheating, which technically isn't a lie. They can probably provide all kinds of stats to prove it isn't a lie, but common sense tells us that it's misinformation. Of course it is. Now, how do we interpret Krafton's cheating statistics, and how does Krafton estimate the proportion of cheaters? Krafton likely calculates the proportion of banned players from the total monthly monthly active players. The possibility that the 3% claim might only refer to ranked players. There's a possibility. They said two claims. They said 3% and less than 1%. So I'm guessing that the 3% claim refers only to ranked players. But when they said less than 1% of cheaters, probably applies to every PUBG version ever made. So the claim of less than 1% cheaters is not evidence of effective anti-cheat measures, but it's an acknowledgement of shortcomings, okay? So basically, they're trying to say that they're taking all these efforts to prevent cheaters, but it is not working. And the poor guy that's head of the anti-cheat team must have been dreading, absolutely dreading this interview, because damn. There's a problem. You're the one working on it. You know how widespread it is, but you can't admit to how large that problem is without losing your job and putting the game at risk. So, in conclusion, it is incredibly accurate, or incredibly important, to address all the information and the challenges faced by the community when it comes to cheating. So everybody's kind of stressed here. The players are stressed with the number of cheaters. The developers are stressed trying to find ways to kick them out. And they don't want to tank their game by telling you, you know, there's 10, 15, 20, 30% of cheaters. They're not going to do that. But they're trying. I believe they're really trying. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is constructive criticism. I want PUBG to do better. I don't want people to think that the developers are lying to you on purpose. I want you to understand they have to lie. They are not allowed, probably under contract, under like an NDA, they are not allowed to tell you intricate details about how many people are actually cheating, how they're stopping cheating. Their job is to reassure you as a player that they're doing everything they can so that you keep playing the game, you keep buying things, and the game stays alive, which is a good thing. I mean, that's how it works. That's how games work. If all the players leave and stop buying things and stop playing, there is no more game anymore. So in conclusion, PUBG said less than 1% of players are cheating. Your average player that plays PUBG a lot knows that is a lie. But why is it a lie? Because obvious. It's common sense that it's a lie because you run into cheaters if you play for an hour or two. That means you're hitting the less than 1% over and over and over, which means it must be a higher percent. How is that lie justified? By applying it to the broad spectrum of all PUBG products that are out there. So if you were to narrow it down and say just PUBG PC or just PUBG console, that less than 1% number would be a lot higher. It probably is a lot higher without having to do that, but they just can't come out and say that. So they are saying there is a cheating problem. We are working it. We don't want you to feel like you're going to run into a cheater in every match, and you probably won't, but 1 in 5 matches, yeah, you'll probably run into 1 or 2. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment and hit the like button, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. But most importantly, have a great day. Bye.